What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is the wrestling news video on June 6, 2024, where I'm going to be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA fans or Assassinators need to know. If it's going to be from the Wrestle Talk article, indeed, and we're going to be talking about some very intriguing news, starting off with some absolute intriguing news for you guys' interest about Roman Reigns, as it says he's removed from the upcoming WWE show. Roman Reigns has been removed from advertisements for an upcoming WWE show. He was previously being promoted for, as previously reported, like Roman Reigns was listed as set to appear at the SmackDown taping on August 2nd, the last episode before summer, like the following night. However, Reigns has been now been removed from the advertisements for that night's SmackDown event. The WWE event page where Reigns was listed as one of the featured superstars has had its featured superstars section removed and replaced with a message saying featured superstar information for the event is not yet available. The banner for the August 2nd show now features Randy Orton, Bayley, Jay Cargill, Bianca Belair, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, along with the date, location, time, and ticket price. Cleveland plays host to both the August 2nd SmackDown at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, and SummerSlam will be on August 3rd at Cleveland Brown Stadium. Whether Roman Reigns has been entirely removed from plans to appear on the show, or just removed from advertisements. To keep his return a surprise remains to be seen. Reigns has not been seen on WWE television ever since he lost to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40 on the second night. In the interim, Paul Heyman is involved in an ongoing storyline with the Bloodline, now helmed by Solo Sikoa, and features the two members of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. In storyline, Sikoa claims he has been in contact with Reigns about how to run the group, while Heyman hasn't heard from Reigns since just after WrestleMania. We'll keep Wrestle Talk, I should say, keep us posted with any further updates on Roman Reigns, WWE future status, and return timeline. But what's your thoughts on Roman Reigns being removed in the advertisement banner? And what do you think what's the reason of it? I'm not sure what it is. Maybe he has another movie date like that he's of him scheduled that he's scheduled to be a part of. He probably have a new role, on a couple of movies that he's been doing, which one of them is Good Fortune, obviously. But he also got another movie role. But maybe we can see another one going to be taped by the summer, by this coming summer of this year. And but when do you think that Roman Reigns is going to be making his return to WWE? Now that it's been delayed, that Roman Reigns is not going to be indeed returning on the go home show of SummerSlam SmackDown. Then also And also, I have another most important question to ask you, SNA Assassinator. Do you think Soul Sikoa is actually in contact with Roman Reigns? And then do you think he's been talking to the tribal chief ever since he's been absent from the last 2 months? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But something tells me in my spirit, maybe just maybe, that Soul Sikoa is lying here and he haven't been contacted by Roman Reigns. And he's he's what's that? He's just lying to Paul Heyman and making it up, so Paul Heyman will believe him, and he won't. That will make, and he would not be considering or have any ideas of trying to contact Roman Reigns for himself, which we all obviously know what he's doing in reality, but in kayfabe. Well, I don't think Soul Sikoa is talking to Roman Reigns at the moment. My point is, like, he's not. Yeah, I mean, he's not in contact with the tribal chief, like in any means. And I believe Roman Reigns gonna say this, like, and he's gonna admit this, like, once he comes back on WWE television, he's gonna specifically tell everybody in the WWE universe and Paul Heyman himself that he has not been what's called contacted by the former enforcer, now self-proclaimed tribal chief, that he was not contacted or even messaged by the new tribe, and I quote, tribal chief of the bloodline, let alone him saying anything to him, like, since he's been absent from the last few months. Like, I can just see that in the storyline, of course. Like, if whenever Roman Reigns makes that return, he's gonna make that very, very clear when he cuts a promo on any of the future SmackDowns towards the end of summer or beginning of fall, or whenever he makes that WWE return, like since WrestleMania 40. But let's move on to the next slide. We're just gonna have to wait and see about that. That remains to be seen. But let's talk about some former AEW champions contracts expiring and having WWE interest. A former champion in All Elite Wrestling's contract is set to expire between August and September, and with WWE reportedly interested in signing them. These current AEW stars are none other than the Lucha Bros themselves, most specifically Rey Fenix and Penta El Zero Miedo, have been with AEW since the very beginning of the company's first launch back in 2019, and have captured the AEW World Tag Team Championships during their time in the company. However, one of the members of may be said to become a free agent soon, with WWE reportedly interested in potentially signing them. According to Lucha Libre Online, Penta El Zero Mieto's contract is set to expire between between August and September of this year in 2024, with WWE interested in him. And it's been said, or it's been reported more likely, Pentagon Jr.'s contract with AEW is scheduled to expire between August and September 2024. He is scheduled to become a free agent. There is interest on the part of WWE in his services. This free agency will be extremely interesting. Penta appeared on AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view, where he and his brother Rey Fenix, and the Bastard Pack of their and also their fellow Death Triangle teammates were defeated. Here's the tweet right here by the Lucha the Lucha Libre organization. And what is your thoughts onto this? Hopefully you guys see it. I'll give you another 10 seconds to look at it. And if you need more time, I'll recommend you pausing this video for it. But what is your thought on Penta El Zero Mieto's contract extremely expiring in the next 2 or 3 months? And by that time comes, like, where do you think he's going to sign with? Is he going to remain in All Elite Wrestling, or do you think he's going to take his chance to a certain Stanford-based company that's also happens to be their competition in all of PW? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. It's a very hard one. I'll say it depends. Like, if he's going to be sticking around in AEW, I think he's going to resign in a heartbeat. But if there's some reason why he's going to be absent from AEW by that time, I can see him leaving AEW. I'll say, like, if he's gone with AEW by a month, like between September or October, then I will expect him to join that said company. But in the meantime, just keep speculating on what your thoughts onto this on the second intriguing news from Wrestle Talk. But let's move on to the next slide. We got some WWE stars set for a major push, like as plans considerably altered. Like a WWE star's creative plans have reportedly been considerably altered, like following an impressive run on TV in recent months, like after a wildly successful tenure in WWE NXT. Braun Breaker was moved up to the main roster in February, initially on SmackDown, and then later being drafted to Raw in the 2024 draft 2 months later. Since his move to Raw, he embarked on a developing story involving he and general manager Adam Pearce, which saw him miss out on the lineup for the 2024 King of the Ring, and proceeded to take out his frustrations on his fellow roster members. As a result, this has led to a feud against fellow NXT call up Ilya Dragunov, being set up with the two set to face off on on next week's Raw, while the maybe Breaker's immediate creative direction, it appears that the second generation star's performances in his short time on Raw, thus far may have altered what's to come in his future, according to a new report.
Is there someone fire in here?
No.
Okay.
Not that I'm not in here, at least. But yeah.
No, it's because it ain't got no last name. Yes, because it don't have no last name like these.
According a report from WrestleVotes, posting on Twitter, WrestleVotes revealed that Breaker could be in line for a major push as WWE Raw approaches the beginning of its massive Netflix deal in January 2025. WrestleVotes wrote, I told WWE I'm told WWE I'm told like I am. But anyways, I'm told WWE has considerably altered its creative plans for Braun Breaker. The second generation superstar has impressed many higher ups in his short stint on Raw. A source states Breaker is slated to be a major focus heading into the NXT. I mean, the NXT, the Netflix era. Why I had to say NXT? He already did that on the black and yellow and white brand developmental territory of WWE. But yeah, he's in the main focus. He's a major focus heading into the Netflix era. Like with his age, speed, look, and pedigree, this rare combination of talent isn't to be overlooked. The source said. Wrestle Talk will provide further updates of Braun Breaker's reported WWE push as when they become available. And same goes to yours truly, Super Ninja Austin on the SNA podcast. And what are your thoughts on Braun Breaker could possibly getting a major push when they move to Netflix in 2025? Do you think he's going to be fighting for the World Heavyweight Champion by that time when Raw gets moved over to the streaming service, like the global streaming service, I should ask for that you can watch millions of movies all around the world, like in on the platform. But you can watch a live wrestling show. Watch this live specific wrestling show once it goes to the service by January. But the point is, we could possibly see Breaker could go after for the World Heavyweight Champion, no matter if it's Gunther, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, which I'm not sure if it'll be CM Punk, probably not until next year's WrestleMania 41. My opinion, of course. But I'm gonna let you guys speculate your opinions in the comment section right down below. When do you think the former NXT champion and second generation superstar gonna get his major push in the main event scene? But let's move on to the next slide. We got some. Next up, we got WWE. We got some injury news now as the WWE stars injury returned earlier than expected, and and it says right here like uh, a, a a WWE star's recent return from injury came earlier than those within the company had originally expected on an eventful June 4th edition of NXT. One unexpected surprise came in the form of the return of former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion JC Jane, as Jane had been off television since NXT Spring Breaking back in April, which was the last day of the month, which is the 30th, where she suffered a fractured nose during her match against Thea Hale. Uh, Jane would later undergo surgery for the injury, but no news updates were learned in the week that followed, as to when Jane would be expected back on TV. Much to the surprise of fans, Jane would then appear out of the blue, on the June 4th episode of NXT, alongside her teammate Jasmine Nix. Jane did not get physical upon her return, and would sport a protective face mask as she and Jasmine Nix watched on during the six woman tag team match on the show. According to Fightful Select, Jane's return came ahead of schedule, with NXT boss Shawn Michaels standing Jane as a placeholder. Like during NXT, we heard during the NXT rehearsals in order to keep Jane's return a secret. For more NXT news, following this link right here, but we're gonna be talking about more on that note later on. Another video on another day. But I'm gonna ask you this question: what was your reaction of the surprising return of JC Jane, coming back before expectation of her injury return, or recovery return? Let me rephrase that. Again, and what's your reaction to that? And do you think that she's going to be back in the squared circle soon enough? And when do you think she's going to recover from her fractured nose injury? And when she does return, I can see that she's going to be seeking some kind of revenge to Thea Hill from this accidental spot. Well, in kayfabe, she will, but in reality, she probably forgave her. Like, it was all just an accident. At the end of the day, they're doing this just for entertainment, and they're doing this because this is their job, their dream job. And this is something that they want to do, but there's going to be some unfortunate accidents that's going to occur, whether if it was accident by someone or something, or you just take it, or it happened during when you were trying to take a bump, but something made it go overboard for you to get some kind of sprain or fractured or broken bones or anything that's injury related, or even piercings. I'll say not pierced. I'll say cut up of red stuff, like whether if it's on your leg, your arm, your face, anywhere in your body parts, like wherever you get cut up at, like that's not good news. But my point is what I'm talking about. But yeah, I want to wish JC Jane a full and fast and speedy recovery, and send all my positives to her, and hopefully she'll be back soon to finish this storyline with the young Chase U member. But let's move on to the next slide, and I would suggest you Assassinators doing the same in the comments below, whether if you are a fan of JC Jane or not, because it's always never too much of positivity in anything in life, and you better better enjoy life while you can, because you never know when you can do it, when it's the next time to do it. But let's move on to the next slide. We got some WWE Bloodline members officially added to the roster. We got the newest members of the Bloodline stable have been officially added to the WWE roster page amid their ongoing storyline. Former New Japan Pro Wrestling star Tama Tonga finally made the jump over to WWE back on the SmackDown show following WrestleMania 40, where he joined Solo Sikoa in the Bloodline, kicking Jimmy Uso out of the group. Tama's brother Tangaloa also joined the group back at Backlash when he helped Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa defeated Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in that tag team match. And a tag team action, let me rephrase that, to kick off the show. The duo have made an impact in the following weeks, including Tama Tonga reaching the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament, being defeated by Randy Orton. Now both Tama Tonga and Tangaloa are finally listed on the WWE roster page. Fearsome and for bodying, this is Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga caused the instant chaos upon making his debut at the SmackDown after WrestleMania, helping Solo Sikoa eject Jimmy Uso from the Bloodline, while also joining the faction. I and 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 this has been and they reported this about the matter. Tonga made his electrifying in-ring debut at Backlash France, teaming with Solo Sikoa to defeat Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in a blistering street fight. And since winning his first match, Tonga has obliterated everyone in his path, making it all the way to the King of the Ring semifinals by defeating Angelo Dawkins and L.A. Knight before being stopped by Randy Orton. The son of the WWE legend Haku, Tonga brings an elite championship pedigree, competing as the Gorillas of Destiny in Gorillas of Destiny with his brother Tonga Loa in won multiple tag titles in Japan and across the world. With Sokoa and his brother and the might of the bloodline by his side, there may be no stopping the rampage of Tonga. SmackDown locker room, watch out. And this is Russell Talk's words, not Super Ninja Austin's, by the way. But anyways, Tonga Loa is the son of legendary Haku, one of the toughest competitors in the history of the squared circle. That is one tough apple that definitely hasn't fallen far from the tree. Loa emerged at WWE Backlash 2024 to help his brother and his cousin, most specifically Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa, overcome their opponents Randy Orton and the prize fighter Kevin Owens in a wild tag team street fight match. With him and his brother having won countless tandem championships around the globe. I said round, all round with an A in front of it, around the globe. Loa is now a full member of the bloodline, and he stands with the destructive faction in the relenting reign of terror. And what's your thoughts on Tama Tonga finally being officially a member on the SmackDown roster? And what do you think? What's next for the what do you think? What's next of the son of Haku? Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry, I said it a bit too longer than I should have, but let me know in the comment section right down below and what's your opinion on Tama Tonga. And speaking of the bloodline members, I want to bring up that we will be seeing some kind of some kind of an anointing ceremony with Solo Sikoa with Tonga Loa, which is, we're going to see some kind of segment with Tama Tonga welcoming his other cousin to the bloodline. Tonga Loa is other henchman or right hand man or even his left hand man, whatever you want to call him. And I believe he's probably gonna, I guess you could say, and I quote, bless him with some very special oil, which we all know where exactly they're I believe what's that referring to, I guess you could say, but especially for those that are believers, if you know what I mean. But we're just gonna have to wait and see what how exactly he's gonna anoint, and I quote, Tonga Loa with this in the ceremony? And do you think he's going to successfully do it, or are you going to be interrupted by someone like the Street Profits or Kevin Owens, perhaps, or even both, and they can turn this into some kind of a six-man tag match? Let me know anything in the comments below and what your thoughts are on. But let's move on to the next news. We got some. We got some newly signed WWE star receives backstage praise for promo work, and the May 28th episode of WWE NXT saw the debut of Ethan Page, with it being confirmed that he had signed with the company. According to the previous report, like Page had visited the WWE Performance Center like ahead of his debut, with it being described as under the cover in under the cover of Extreme Darkness, and it was later reported that the NXT debut was kind of a last minute thing, according to Shawn Michaels. The June 4th episode of WWE NXT saw Page signed his contract with that full segment below. Like this news story is based on. Page wouldn't just put pen to paper on the contract. He would set his sights on the NXT Championship against Trick Williams at Battleground this Sunday. Fightful Select has provided the backstage reception to Page's promo, noting that the main event segment received praise from those we spoke to. Like Page's WWE in-ring debut will take place on June 9, 2024 at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, with Fightful Select stating that there will be a heavy UFC presence at the event. And what are your thoughts onto that? And do you think it's going to be similar to something that you would see on UFC? Which the arena, I think it's going to be, they're going to maintain the ring, and it's not going to be per se, they're going to be in an octagon, but it's going to have that. I can just feel that they're going to have that MMA feeling, like whether if it's UFC or a different kind of mixed martial arts promotion. I think it's going to give it that vibe, and I'm probably going to talk about that on my review video for Battlegrounds as soon as I watch the premium live event this Sunday, June 9th. And for those that are watching, I'll suggest you do the same, which you can watch it now conveniently on Peacock in America. And but if you're outside of the states, then you can watch it on and watch the network on on the WWE network. Right, wherever you get your streaming from, of course. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you think it's gonna be in an octagon, and then what's your thoughts on Ethan Page's the behind the scenes stories of Ethan Page's basically the origin stories of the reason why the origin stories on how he signed with WWE, which it had to be when he was at that one time in the Performance Center, which I'm not sure if I remember hearing a story like that before until afterwards. Maybe that's the case because they made his surprise a shocking, make it a shock, made it as shocking as they can, like something like last year with Roderick Strong. Like I guess whoever said that about NXT not revealing any plans until the day of or the same night of the show, or even not announcing releases or not releases, more likely wrestlers that leave with their contract expired, which was Roderick Strong's case, and that's how he debuted on AEW about 6 months later. And like, yeah, I guess it's true. Like, I think it's either way. Like, whether if their contract come out and they leave that way, and we do not know what's the status of them until they sign with another company and make their shocking debut on that said company, whether if it's a TNA or an AEW, a New Japan, NWA, CMLL, or anything on the matter. But yeah, I think that was the case with Ethan Page. Like, whoever gets signed, like, and if a wrestler from another promotion, like a major promotion, like a TNA or AEW, like they let him go, then we're gonna and if they get signed by WWE, we're gonna eventually gonna see them, but not gonna hear any reports from them. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I believe there was a couple of names that were rumored to be in WWE, like a Julia, like and when she left New Japan, like then she joined WWE, but before she even made any kind of appearances, there's been reported that she was interested of joining WWE over AEW, which we also saw her in attendance on not last month, but this past April's Stand and Deliver pay-per-view or premium live event of NXT. And it looks like she's going to be making her debut with the Stanford-based company soon enough in the next couple of months. And perhaps challenge Roxanne Perez in their debut match for the NXT Women's Championship. And who knows, she could beat Asuka's record for the NXT Women's Championship. I think by a year in 2025, we could see Asuka try to challenge her for the championship to keep her reign. Keep her reign at the number one spot as the longest reigning champion, but she'll probably come up short, like by the end of 2025, and then it's where we can see Julia can hold on to that until 2026. Whether if it's Stand and Deliver or even before then, let me know in the comments below when you think how long she's going to hold on to that title. By the way, but we're just going to have to wait and see if that will be accurate, like in the foreseeable future. But let's hurry up and move on to the next slide. We got some. WWE star teases return of former teammate, and it says right here a WWE star has potentially teased the return of his former teammate amid reports that he could be set to enter free agency. Bronson Reed posted an intriguing photo that has fans interested in a possible reunion. According to a recent report from Fightful Select, Shane Haste, known as Shane Thorne, and even Slapjack in WWE, is nearly